Kalista has just been released and this champion has a few issues. However, you can still pick this champion into roles where you never believe you could pick this champion into, and one of them is the Baron lane. So we're on the Chinese server with one of the highest elo players possible, and what is so special about Kalista? Kalista is in the solo lane, a very big bully. However, in the AD carry lane, she gets completely eclipsed by so many support champions that make a lane insufferable hell. Nonetheless, on the Baron lane, life is so much easier since you're playing against bruisers, utilizing your jump ability, which always happens after you auto attack, is very powerful. So how specifically does Kalista work? If you auto attack, you can use it as a gap closer to either go forward or backward every single time you jump. You can also choose to stand still. Every single time you hit an enemy with an auto attack, you apply one of these rend stacks. Another little sneaky mechanic you can do is you can place a rend stack onto a minion. If this minion dies to the rend, then the cooldown of the rend will be reset. You can utilize this to deal extra damage to, for example, an enemy champion by just auto-attacking them once, jumping back, then rending him and the minion. If the minion dies, you'll get the cooldown refund, dealing some extra chip damage. Another thing that's very important is that you are able to shoot your rend stacks with your first ability through a minion that has stacks. So it will automatically apply the stacks to an enemy champion if you do this. All you have to do is hit. And here we see the power of this Kalista. It's a very big lane bully, constantly pushing in the wave here, making it very much impossible for the Alistairs to survive, and they just have to wait until the wave crashes, and once it happens, the poor cow will be beef on your plate. Takes aggro here, throws in the first ability, gets easy money. Game for the Alistair is now over, but there's one big issue for the Kalista. If you get hit once, you immediately die, which is probably the biggest issue of this champion. Also, with this current patch, we have one of the biggest issues ever. There's simply too much damage. It is just too much. If you just look at them fighting each other, especially later on when you see mages or all of the other broken bruisers, you will quickly notice that life certainly is not supposed to be like this in WildRift. There's just too much damage, and it feels like they just push for even more damage to make the game as flippy and casual as possible. Oh yeah, and by the way, all of the item changes, they don't matter at all. In the sense of, they don't change really much. Mage itemization stayed the same, AD carry itemization IE has no higher value. But yeah, everyone one-shots each other. But now let's talk about Kalista. You see the Alistair really much annoying for the Kalista, jumping onto the face of the Kalista on cooldown, dealing so much damage, but now the Alistair has no cooldown, no mana, and you see all the stacks being applied here. The Rend sadly barely deals any damage. I really hope they buff this ability very soon. And we see this little scorpion up there, like this little zone that the Kalista can conquer. So I believe he hoped for the Gragas to body slam into the Lee Sin, and the Lee Sin takes his Q, like basically playing a bait. And then the Gragas stops this by using his belly slam forward, and yeah, everything is gonna be fine. However, that didn't really happen, so yeah, death commenced pretty swiftly, unfortunately for the poor guy. So yeah, here we are. And rather than walking back to the top lane immediately, he just catches mid lane, tries to catch a few minions here. Who has he bound though? Oh, he didn't bind anyone in the base, he forgot about this. Or he just simply didn't do it, and now the Lux damage comes in. Yeah, very good champion by the way, instantly sent into Narnia. And if you're wondering about the build in the bottom left, all his items are purely on hit, right? Like he has Blade of the Rune King, Runon's Hurricane, Terminus, and Wit's End. These items apply a horrendous amount of on-hit damage if you extend the fight. Especially if you think about the fact that Runon's applies all of these on-hit effects with 100% of their damage. Meaning, if he gets to fight in a team fight and gets to hit multiple people with all these items, you will see how much damage he will do thanks to these items he has. And if he were to bind someone at some point, which is obviously kind of rough as a Kalista, I think that's also that needs to be changed, because you need to basically AFK as you load in to bind someone, and it actually messes up the tempo of the game because you miss time position. Like you lose position on the map if you actually play Kalista, which is something you do not want to have. Comet is so annoying, and it's so much extra damage. Jay's quickly walking by, saying hello. Viego's also here. And yeah, it's going to be a very interesting event. I wonder when we'll get Viego. Should it be in 2 weeks then as well? Because usually China's, I think, 2 weeks ahead of us. Kalista casting Hex Flash. Hello! Ooh, he didn't flash. Gets tagged and gets burned to a crisp. Poor guy. And as per usual, while we're at it, check out the channel in the description below. I will also make a detailed Kalista guide, what you need to know about this champion, how you can play this champion. But I just wanted to get one of these out. I played a few games of Kalista. I think she's okay as a champion, but she cannot be blind picked. At least not in the Dragon lane. Nice play here. The Gragas is on the move, tanks the tower for a few seconds. Lee Sin jumps on the ball, flash kicks for the triple knockup, evades the Lux Q. Living on the edge here, this Lee Sin is on fire, hits another first ability, goes in, goes for an instant execute. The Gragas didn't body slam fast enough or was too close, and now the Lux is being targeted. Look at the zooming speed of this Kalista. Look at the speed, it's so difficult to hit her once she gets so fast. Like, if you cannot reliably instantly kill the Kalista, or just simply one-shot her, she'll just kill you. Because there's just no way you catch her. That's just no way. And I think it's so sad. I really hope they change this, that you just instantly mark someone and they don't need to just sit there for 15 minutes to become your Othorn. Because, in case you didn't know, at the start of the game, you see the ability above his Flash and Ghost. If you tap this, you can select an ally, and then you throw your spear into the ground, and then your ally basically gets his effect, and it takes time. And you need to spend a certain amount of time unless you want it to be cancelled, then you bind no one. And you have to bind someone, at least at the later points of the game, because your second ability grants you massive bonuses. It deals maximum HP. Magical maximum HP of the target every 10 seconds. And not only this, the ultimate can also be used. Look at this speed he has. He's just zooming around the map. You see? Like, this champion can be very, very good, but if there's too much damage in the game and mages are too strong, you just instantly die. If you never get to jump around and you never get to actually, like, utilize the proper strength of this champion, you will be in so much agony. So honestly, as of this point, I truly believe Kalista in the Baron lane might be her best position. I'm not even joking, because in the Dragon lane there are too many champions. Like, you are not determining if you win, because your champion is too low range. It's similar to Vayne, but better. But you really lack the range and the early power to make something happen. I really hope they buff the Rend. They could tune down the ultimate and give her some other stats. But yeah. For now, never play her without a duo. Never play a solo queue, it's simply not worth it. And yeah, Alistair can always jump on your forehead, you can't really escape this one, but now you get to stack all these Rend charges. Ziggs ultimate misses the Kalista, but the Gragas is too tanky. Ziggs on the bottom side, Lee Sin also appears here. Gragas blocks the Lee Sin, you need to be careful of the kick of Lee Sin. Lee Sin kicks him into the face, and he's dead. Yeah. So he just spent 50 billion auto attacks into the Alistair because the Alistair is literal Iron Man, whereas Lee Sin just looks at him the wrong way, kicks him into the face, and he instantly dies. So welcome to this patch, by the way. I know Lee Sin did the same amount of damage before, but now other champions on other rows do basically the same. Luden's Echo, Infinity Orb, Rabadon Staff Cap, and Horizon Focus basically achieve a constant one-shot meta. Not only this, also AD carries will have the ability to one-shot you back with the power of Infinity Edge. But on the flip side, the AD carry will most likely be not able to reach the mage in the backline, or certain mage like Syndra or Alien Soul. And other top lane champions that are way too tanky will not be one-shot fast enough, or will not be killed fast enough, so the AD carry just dies. So unless you play Pixel perfect, it feels very off to play AD carry. But now we have the Rune on Spike, the front line is going in, Zigzeld comes, misses the Kalista. Kalista stacking these. Look at where? Look at this. That is one bomb. He got hit by one Zigzeld and lost half his HP. This is madness. He loses half his HP with a Ziggs bomb and gets executed by Pyke. Do you see what bullshit that is? WildRift needs a durability patch. WildRift needs to lose damage. There's too much damage in the game. It removes all the strategic aspects of the game. You see, there's constant deathmatch. If you hit first, you win. Like, look, the Lee Sin is tanking 50k auto attacks off this Kalista. Doesn't matter. Even the Jhin just doesn't do enough. If the Kalista is being hit by any of these spells, by anyone at any point, she instantly dies. Nice flash by the Kalista. Look at how many auto attacks he's inputting. The Lux is still flashing away. Rent connects, jumps over the wall. This was 1Q! And the Alistar knocks him into the zone that's on the floor and it gets auto-triggered because the game just does it for you. I'm so sorry, viewers. Like, I rather like to be realistic than overhype and lie to you. But in all honesty, this is just pure bullshit. This is such a joke, and I really like the mechanical skill. Like, right, I really like that they're mechanically performing and playing well. I look at the Viego using the flash second ability combo and just goes for really nice plays. But in all honesty, being hit by a single Ziggs to lose 50 to 60% of your HP to then get executed by Pyke because Pyke got also buffed with the Ghostblade buffs. In what world is Riot actually playing their own game? Genuinely asking, you in the comments below, please. First off, share your experiences with Kalista with me. Do you believe she's worth a ban, and do you ban her because she gets onto your team and then you lose? Or do you believe she's too strong? Alistar goes in for combo, Jhin secures the Nashor, and now the Alistar is tanking so much damage. Look at him, he has like 50 spears inside of him, doesn't care. And now the Ziggs bomb comes in. Whoa. Well, outplayed, bro. I guess you should have built more Witsand, Force of Nature, Starex, Black Cleaver or something, so you don't instantly die. And you see, like, Kalista has a very, very, very low range, making it very difficult for her to reach. With this in mind, having a relatively low range, then what does this mean automatically? You are very susceptible for so many champions to just hit you and kill you while you try to go in. And mages usually have the ability to hit you from very far away, making it very difficult for you to reach. However, Kalista, with her ultimate ability, if she has bound someone, can throw in someone and stun them or knock them up for 1 to 2 seconds, depending on the ability's level, making it very difficult for the enemy to move as well. So this champion has very big balancing issues when it comes to overall power levels. Because her damage might be too low, and she might be too squishy. However, her overall impact with the ultimate ability is so insane. There are also so many options when playing Kalista that make it so difficult for the enemy to achieve anything against you. So don't worry, I'll make a detailed guide about this so you understand what to do and how to do it, so you're not confused when Kalista suddenly kills you instantly and you can't get to her, or the support just completely destroys you. So, don't worry about this. But now let's focus back onto this game and generally asking your experiences with mages. I want to know. I want to know everything you feel about this current patch. Look at Lee Sin's damage. He just looked at the Kalista the wrong way and he died as well. So, do you just do? It's so, like, look, he's just chilling, having a great time. There's a random Ziggs bomb and he just dies. How is that okay? In comp, Ziggs was meta for 15 billion years. They even had to introduce a rule that you need to pick an AD carry in competitive WildRift. Because nobody would play AD carries because, well, you need to get there and you usually die before you get there. So AD carries historically have mainly been played mid lane anyway. Okay, fight ensues here. Gragas in the front line with the Kalista, some damage coming in. Ziggs bomb hits. There's so many abilities flying around. Like, look, he can't. Look, this is literally the AD carry point of view. What is he supposed to do? He doesn't have the range to get close. The enemy is throwing spells from literally 2 times his screen. And every single time he gets hit by anything which only has a 2 to 3 second cooldown, there are multiple people on his screen, he instantly dies. Hit by a Ziggs Q, Pike execute range. Hit by a Lux E, well, Pike execute range. You hit by any of the CC spells on the enemy team, well, Pike execute range. This is borderline insane. This is surely not only a Kalista issue, don't get me wrong, it's not about Kalista, like on her own. It's just generally about the entirety of the game right now. The meta is absolutely nuts. And it's literally just who one-shots whom first. Pike on the hunt here, the Kalista is being spotted, Ward being placed down in the mid lane. What is happening in the jungle? Elsa being thrown around, now being collapsed on. Will the cow eventually die? And, well... he just goes somewhere, the fight happens for 30 seconds, he throws in spear after spear after spear after spear, hitting the full tank Kalista, then out of the fog of war, a random ability of Lux comes flying in, another ability, and he just disappears into the void. Lee Sin tanks so much damage, Jace now instantly dies as well. Hey, this is absolute and utter madness. And I'll be honest, oh my god, nice flash play, attempting to hit the... Was it the Comet? Nah, bro. They are getting absolutely smashed. Mechanically, the enemy team is playing crazy. Like, this is a 5Q against 5Q stack of the highest level possible. But my god, this is painful. Like, I played games myself today. And it was one of the most unenjoyable games I've ever played in WildRift. Literally anything, one-shot anyone. And if you are the one to hit first, you just win. But if your teammates' champions refuse to end the game, you lose. Get stunned here. Alistair sleeping on the drop, not wanting to commit onto the Kalista. Laser coming in, he will die to Elder. Bye-bye. Oh, wait, no, he didn't die to Elder. Oh my god. Will he survive? Will this game be a victory for the man? It is an absolute massacre if you ask me. What is he supposed to do? How can he survive? Anything that touches him, farewell. Now we see another play in the mid lane starting to happen very soon. Alistair is hovering there, looks on the other side of the map playing against the Viego. The cow with Elder. Face rush being procced. Ziggs on the move here. Well, you are dead. Look at his face. He's like, huh? Look at him. He's like, huh? He has magic resist, by the way. It's not like he doesn't have magic resist. And it's just crazy to me. Like, what? Do you actually prefer... I'm so curious about this because for me, it makes the game so much worse. I started playing the game and I enjoyed the strategic aspect of the game. Right now, it's just about pick the most broken champions with the most broken items and just run at each other. Where is the strategy if you just deathmatch on cooldown? I really do not understand. And this Alistair is probably the tankiest Alistair I've seen in a hot minute. This champion simply does not die. He doesn't give a single flying... You know what I mean. But yeah, this is going to be a close game. It's such a difficult game for the Kalista. You just can't make this shit up. Lee Sin on the hunt for the Jhin there. Lux laser coming in, nearly one-tapping the wave. Even the Gragas is taking so much damage from this combo, but you see the buffed Amaranth Twin Guard being procced so fast, only 3 seconds now, making you a lot tankier. I was playing a Samira game today as well, utilizing or trying to utilize a tankier build, playing into full AP, and life was so much better if you can itemize into one certain damage. It makes it so much easier to not just get one tap on cooldown, because if you have to itemize against 2 damage types, it's borderline impossible. You really can't. It's absolutely nuts. And now the Lux on the run, he wants to flash her Q, precasts the... oh my god. Brother just jumped in and nearly got himself killed. Standing still was definitely not the play. Look at his face! He is just smiling, the Ziggs bomb is being thrown at his face and he just dissipates into the void. Jay's trying to do as much damage as possible, but it looked like tickling to the Lee Sin, the barrel onto the Lee Sin. Lee Sin, Zhonya's on the spot. Jay's playing maximum range here. Alistar combo onto the JC, and now Zhonya's as well. So many close plays. The Viego Shinshin is trying to do the most as possible. Jay's on 1 HP, tries to run away, gets executed by the Pyke, and the Pyke escapes with 1 HP, but he has Grey Health, so we'll come back with like 80% HP in a second. This is absolute destruction. It looks so difficult to put Ziggs bomb coming. If that bomb hit, by the way, I think he's like 20% HP and he just gets executed instantly. Anything that touches him, exhaust comes in instantly, avoids the Pyke hit, oh, gets hit by another spell, and dissipates. If only he had items against magical damage. But his ping is going crazy as well. I could not play with that ping. It's so difficult for him to just maneuver through this game. Pyke here making the combos work, looking for another enemy. Flash ults, he E-ulted as well, then flash ults. Gragas trying for the combo here, but barely doing any damage to that guy. Tries to run away, gets another combo, but the Lee Sin is now at the scene. Alistar as well, Lee Sin jumps after him, but this Gragas is beyond tanky. This man is a unit. Elder being on the map and Baron as well. This game is an absolute clencher. It's way too close, it's way too crazy, and Kalista simply doesn't function in this very game, in this very round. And do you guys believe, like, okay, have you spotted personally any big changes in the meta in your very few days you've played, or just does everything feel absolutely overbearing? Because I believe all the mid lane mages are still as broken as they are, even more broken now. For the AD carry department, I think Lucian is weaker, or every Kraken user is weaker now. And AD carries have a big issue reaching these mages. If you don't have a reliable way of reaching these mages, you just never can do anything against them. Gragas going in, or the Alistar going on to the Gragas, and the Kalista is on the run. He just has to walk all the way around. Looking for potential play here. Pyke going in. Pyke executes the first one. He'll probably execute the next one. Pops the Zhonya's. Gets executed and loses. Look at his face. He just... huh? He just got outplayed with auto attack and yeah, his ult. What is this utter madness that I'm observing right now? Meanwhile, the Viego is trying his best to achieve something. However, this game will certainly end on an L. That was crazy. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And most importantly, enjoy playing WildRift. If you don't enjoy playing it, please do yourself a favor, take a break. Do not force playing the game. Just play whatever you want to, in all honesty. Take it in a casual way, don't take it too serious, because that is simply not good anymore. As per usual, thank you all, and see you soon for more RiftGuides content.